After Hours.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lions Mind. My name is Diana Silva, and I'm a senior.
My name is Dimas Garza, and I am also a senior.
My name is Nick Vasquez, and I'm also a senior.
And today we're introducing Dimas, as he said. Since we're featuring leadership, we have the NHS Vice President here. We wanted to ask you what does it mean to be a leader for you?
For me, being a leader means just standing up and taking initiative when some people don't want to. It means leading others, helping others whenever help is needed, and just having a positive impact in the community.
Was there any troubles you had while being like a leader?
Yes, there's always going to be troubles when you're a leader. Like maybe people don't do what they're supposed to, so you have to speak up. And a problem I actually faced recently was that deadlines. So for NHS, we have certain deadlines, and some people don't uh, basically finish those deadlines, and I have to go and help them or do it myself. So those are just some of the challenges that we have to face as leaders.
Are you any other leaders in other clubs?
Um, I wouldn't say a leader. I'd just say as a member. A member of different kinds of clubs.
Okay, I would like to ask you about student leadership because I know senior leadership most importantly. You already know we have senior leadership. We already have these such activities. For example, the senior trip for San Antonio. We also have our quote unquote. This is like a sneak peek because most people don't know, but we also have the sleep in for the seniors that get to sleep in until like 6 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and then we also have. I think we also have the pod, not the podcast, but the
Potluck?
no, the documentary actually.
Oh
I
yes,
want to
the
speak more about the
documentary.
documentary
Yes.
because some people have like negative reviews. Well, from our senior class, especially in the senior leadership, because I'm also part of senior leadership, and we get to see everything that goes down in there. So, what do you think about a documentary for senior leadership as a senior leadership member?
I think the documentary is actually really good. It shows like our past activities, past memories, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th
Mhm.
grade, and it just shows that how far we've come as students. And I feel like our whole class as a family, and just looking back at past moments, maybe getting happiness, maybe a little sad at times, and
Mhm.
it's a really cool video that maybe students, maybe Diana and Nick, we can take and just like look at it after
Mhm.
years that we have graduated.
No, yeah, I really do. I really do agree with you because it would be memorable for all of us, especially when at graduation, when we're
Of
there
course.
sitting down watching the video with peers around us, friends, family, including, and teachers. Actually, matter of fact. And I want to ask you another question. As a senior leadership student, as a member, actually, we already spoke about like having a guest speaker,
Hmm.
and we already said a lot of names, including Mr. Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, and we also have Ms. McCurl. Would it be nice to have two or three teachers? Like, what do you think we should do for that?
I think as a whole, I think we should have teachers because not only are students like a part of school, also
Hmm. Yeah,
teachers, also are what do you call them?
the staff
The
deans.
staff, yes, the deans, Miss Williams, Miss Cole, the principal.
Hey, shout out to the old ladies too that clean the restrooms, clean
Yes, the
everything, man. Hey,
janitors.
shout
Shout out
shout
to the
them out.
janitors.
Shout out the janitors, man.
Uh,
I have so much respect for them.
yes, so I feel like everybody on campus can be a guest speaker on here if they would like to. So yeah.
I mean, I feel like being a leader is so hard, especially being in school. Like,
Yeah.
how do we? I know I'm in multiple clubs, even in this one. How do you deal with that too?
For me, I just try to like, set a schedule every day. Well, every week, during the weekend, I plan on what I'm going to do, and I just, plan it out schedules. For me, I have being a soccer manager. I usually do that every week except Thursday, and so I just plan that out on my. I have a little calendar that I write down on, and other than that, I have yearbook. I have D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Student council, and pretty sure that's it. Hopefully, I'm not forgetting any, but yeah, it's just plan. The weekend. It's good to have like your own time during the weekend and like away from school, but you still have to lock in. So that's how I do it.
Yeah, I know that you're a vice president, right, for the
Y-
student council.
Yes,
Student
sir.
council. I wanted to get some advice from you for NHS.
For yes,
Sorry,
National Honor
sorry, NHS.
Society.
Top of the class, you know. I just wanted to ask you some questions. What type of advice could you give the upcoming middle schoolers? Because
Freshman.
freshmen especially, because they're gonna be able to be in National Honor Society as you are. Some people already are. Some freshmen, even sophomores, upcoming sophomores, but also for the freshmen, what type of advice would you give them to be in NHS and to be a vice president as you?
Well, if you have those leadership skills, I feel like you should be able to get the role. Just try your best, even if you don't have the highest grades, things like that. There's other ways that you can get in, like what you do, your clubs, your activities. There's not. I know our teacher, Miss Wata, she always had this thing she used to say. It was like grades don't define you. You are your own person. So I feel like to get in, you just have to, be not necessarily like a student that has good grades, but just a good student in general, and like a good person. And I feel like with being a vice president, there comes a lot of hurdles that you have to get through. A lot of work, but it does pay off. There's a lot of good things that come with it. Scholarships, like when you're entering your senior year, you get a lot of that, and it really looks good on your transcript. So I feel like it's just a really, really good thing to do, and I really would push a lot of people to do it.
Now that you speak about scholarships, I recently found out that you got a full ride to HCU.
Yeah, Houston Christian University, I got a full ride.
So how do you feel about that?
At first, Houston Christian wasn't really like a big, not top of my list basically, but when I got the scholarship, it was actually during school. I saw it and I was like really surprised because I feel like full ride scholarships don't come like I felt like they were like impossible basically. Like you only see those in um like those news stories where they say this guy got a full ride, things like that, YouTube videos, and but to actually get it is actually a really good um it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and so yeah, that's how I felt. But it was at the bottom basically, but now it's really on the top, like one of the top schools. If I don't get money for like my other schools, I'm definitely going to Houston Christian, and it's a blessing to get this full ride. I know others don't have the opportunity to do so. So I'm really excited.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Actually, I just heard about this. This is my first time hearing this. Congratulations, man.
Yes, thank you, thank
I
you.
actually didn't even
Yeah.
know about that. That's
Yeah,
actually that's surprising.
it was I had gotten it like a week earlier, and it took me the whole week to actually open it and see it, and it was actually really cool. It was a nice experience. It was during school, so like in class, I was just like thinking to myself, like I didn't really want to like interrupt the class and things like that. So I was just like, wow, that's really cool.
Right.
But yeah,
Right, yeah. Hey, like you just said, scholarships don't come and go, man. They were very hard to get. I think you might be the first person actually, and this, well, from what I've heard or from what I've seen, in our senior class to have actual full ride scholarship.
I'm actually like really surprised it was me because I mean I'm not the top person, and I feel like people higher than me would
But
get high
as
scholarships.
Walter once said, it's not about
Yes,
Yeah.
being the
grades don't
smartest.
define
Grades
you.
don't define
My
you.
worth is not tied to my grades, achievement, or performance. I am worthy simply because I exist. We love Miss Wausau.
Okay, well, to wrap things up, I would want to ask you one more piece of advice for the upcoming, like I said, freshmen, especially the middle schoolers, because from what I've seen, middle schoolers don't take stuff seriously at this point, at
Especially
this
eighth
day and
graders.
age, and eighth grade especially, because I was once them. Eighth grade year, I had messed it up. Ninth grade year, I messed it up even more, but now, I regret my actions. But from the time that I've been in this school, I learned a lot of stuff. So, what type of advice would you give them to finish this off?
I would just say work, like just try your best, get good grades. I feel like that's really it's not a big thing, but if you really want to like be out there, try to join clubs as much as possible. Clubs are a really good thing. Hang out with your friends, just meet new people, things like that. And I feel like it's just that simple. But just try your best and whatever you can achieve.
Well, thank you for joining us
Of course.
today. Like, this means a lot.
I had a pleasure talking with y'all. It was really good.
Of course. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in with our new episode. Bye.
Bye bye.